Yo, what is up YouTube? James Baek here. Welcome back to another episode of VGC 2019 Baek Battles. Today we are going to be using a brand new team with Mega Salamence, Salazzle, Breloom, Necrozma, Dustmane, the Xerneas, and Tapu Koko. This team was created by and used by Jamie Boyt to reach 9th place at the 2019 Pokemon World Championship, and yeah, pretty excited to use it. We got two Pokemon we really just don't see in VGC much. We got Salazzle and Breloom. It's going to be interesting to see how these two will affect our battles, but yeah. So I played around with this team a bit, and I'm not a huge fan of it. I've lost a lot of games with this team, actually. So I'm not exactly sure my opinion yet. I'm not a huge fan of it. I just don't think it fits me. I don't think it fits my style, but we'll see how it goes. But as always, if you do want to check out the team report, I will list Jamie's stuff down below in the description, including his YouTube channel if you want to go check him out, and the report he did. The Xerneas spread he didn't give out, but this is my own custom Xerneas spread. We'll see how it goes, and you might also notice that there is no face cam for this video. The reason there is no face cam is because it's actually really hard to set up a face cam where I am currently recording, so yeah, I'm not sure how face cam is going to work. It's probably going to be on and off for the next couple of videos, but yeah, it's just gonna depend on where I'm recording. As we got our first opponent from Spain, 1678 rating as our first opponent with a Ho-Oh Rayquaza team. Okay, Ho-Oh Rayquaza, the Ferrothorn, Milotic, and Cinderella Raichu, which is an interesting team. So hard to say what I would exactly think is the best matchup. Breloom can do alright here, because we got Superpower, which is actually really good against my opponent's team. Do I want to bring Tapu Koko? I don't really have the best answers for Ho-Oh. I don't. I do like Salamence, though. Double Edge is going to do a lot of damage overall to my opponent's team. I'm tempted to bring Salazzle. Do I bring Salazzle? I think Salazzle's a yes. I think it's just really strong in the matchup. The problem is, does my opponent lead my Milotic, which is something I'm anticipating. Also, I do want to bring Breloom. I want to bring Necrozma. I want to bring Xerneas too, because Xerneas is great for the Rayquaza. But I think Xerneas is probably going to be the weakest member. I'm definitely seeing my opponent bring the... Would you bring the Ferrothorn? I think you would bring the Ferrothorn. I think Ho is going to be brought. I think Milotic and Rayquaza... Actually, my opponent has a lot of options you could go. I'm gonna go Salazzle plus... Salazzle plus Salamence as a lead with Breloom and Necrozma in the back. We'll see how this goes, actually, because I'm not exactly too sure. The goal, I think, for this game is... I don't know, there are a lot of different win cons that I can have to accomplish a win in this game. I think that Necrozma can be really good if I'm able to knock out the Rayquaza and Ferrothorn. I think Ferrothorn's the big threat to my team overall. We'll see how this goes, though. Milotic is going to be a threat, but we do have the Breloom, as we're actually going to see double restricted for my opponent's elite choice here, which is interesting. So we're going to see Rayquaza plus Ho-Oh. Okay. I get a big Intimidate off onto both of them, so I'll gladly take that. And yeah. I wonder if Sludge Bomb and the Double Edge would pick up a knock on Rayquaza, because if that is the case, I would gladly go for that Sludge Bomb plus Double Edge and try to pick up that KO, even at the cost of maybe losing my Salazzle, for instance. And yeah, I think I will go for the attempt, because Rayquaza is the only thing that really threatens me heavily under Tailwind, which is what Ho-Oh might go for. I think we would see Rayquaza attack here and Ho-Oh try to go for Tailwind, because you don't want me to fake out the Ho-Oh and go for Tailwind as Rayquaza protects. So yeah, I'm going to try it out. Of course, I'm not max speed Salamence, which could come into play, but we'll see how this goes. We're actually going to see the Ho-Oh retreat into the Incineroar. So, I don't think that's too bad. Yeah, I don't think that's too bad. Even if Incineroar comes in, I'm still going to get a lot of damage in the right, unless it protects. Like, that's the only thing that could be really effective here, but we'll see. If Rayquaza protects, I mean, I could fling the next turn if I really need to, so it's not too bad. We're going to see Rayquaza Mega Evolve. My Salamence is faster than Ray, which means it should be faster than Ray even after Mega Evolution. So we should be fine here. We should be able to get Sludge Bomb into Double Edge off. Let's see how much this does. If it's a Assault Vest, we probably don't knock it out. If it isn't, we might be able to. But it depends on how bulky this Ray is. So Sludge Bomb going to come out. Oh, that is Assault Vest for sure. Double Edge is going to come out. Yeah, that did an okay amount, though. Dragon Claw gonna come out. Okay. Not too bad, not too bad. We are in extreme speed range most likely, which is a bit problematic, but I don't really mind that trade overall. I think we were able to get a good amount of damage off into my opponent. Now the question is, what do I want to predict? Do I want to predict Earth Power coming out from the Ray, or do I want to predict Extreme Speed? Should I just protect here? I think I could fling the Salamence and maybe get a Necrozma, because my Necrozma is actually faster than Salamence, so it'll outspeed the Rayquaza the following turn. I am worried about the Incineroar though. I think I just Sludge Bomb the Incineroar for damage. So I do need damage onto the Incineroar, I think, and I'm going to go Necrozma here. Because I think maybe just Fake Out's going to come out as Salazzle. Maybe you would hard U-turn, which would be fine. And I think you just Extreme Speed because I think it's safe. But we'll see what my opponent does. It might be that Earth Power, but it is the Extreme Speed coming out. It is going to target down the Salamence, which is fine. Necrozma doesn't take that well, actually. Oh, it's a critical hit. But we are alone in nature, so we do have our defenses lowered. Alright, Sludge Bomb. Not really a good amount of damage. U-turn going to come out on the Salazzle, which is fine. Again, I can fling the Ho-Oh if that does appear to be the case. Ho should be coming out now, I would assume, which is fine. Although I think our Necrozma will go down to I think Necrozma is gonna go down to a Brave Bird in its burst form, but I think I have to go for it. I think I have to go for the fling here into the Ho slot, and I think I'm gonna go for a Sunsteel Strike burst into Ray. Sunsteel Strike covers the Incineroar coming back in for the Ray, which is definitely a possibility. So we'll see what my opponent does. It is going to be that Ray switch, so could have called this maybe more effectively, but I don't think it's too bad of a trade here. Incineroar is going to come out. Wonder if the Sunsteel Strike puts in the Earth Power range. I kind of doubt it. Yeah. So I could have capitalized more. Maybe I could have went for the Earth Power, or maybe even just a Photon Geyser into the Ho-Oh, because that would have been nice. But we'll see what comes out of this turn, because now this is where things get really complicated. So we'll fling here the Razor Fang. Also, we don't have Protect other than on this Necrozma. We can't really stall out effectively. So we'll Sunsteel Strike. How much damage is going to do? Not much damage to the Incineroar. I feel like we dropped a Brave Bird. I am super scared of Brave Bird happening. I think I'm just going to Sludge Bomb and Earth Power though the Incineroar, because I think I have to. Sludge Bomb and because you're probably going to Fake Out, but no Fake Out actually comes out, which I'm surprised. Fake Out Tailwind I think was very safe. So I'm able to actually just get an Earth Power off and knock out the Incineroar, which is nice because that means my opponent can no longer go for something like Intimidate Switch-ins anymore, which is nice for my Salamence. We're going to see a Brave Bird instead actually targeting down the Necrozma. Okay. Oh, it's in Salazzle. Huh. This got pretty interesting. Okay. So I'm surprised the Salazzle's the threat, and maybe the last Pokemon's the Ferrothorn? I think I go Breloom here, because Ray is probably coming in, and I can't exactly afford an Extreme Speed coming out here. I think I could just go for a Photon Geyser into that slot and a Spore into Ho-Oh. We actually are going to see the Ferrothorn come out, which is lovely, because most Ho-Ohs tend to be bulky, so they're not actually that fast. I can go for a Spore into the Ho-Oh slot, and super powered. I mean, I could Z-move the Ho-Oh. That might. No, we're intimidated, so it's a special Z. I think I'll Spore the Ho-Oh though. Like, I like Sporing the Ho-Oh, and I think I'm gonna go Salamence actually. I like this play a lot because of the fact that if we're faster than a Ho-Oh, which is decently likely, unless this Ho-Oh is EV top speed like Smeargle, they don't really run that much speed usually. Ferrothorn's gonna protect you. Oh, that's excellent. That is excellent for me. Okay, awesome. And I'm able to get a Spore off into the Ho-Oh slot, so basically that Ho-Oh is taking a nap. That is extremely good for me because now I can go for a free superpower into the Ferrothorn slot. I can go for a Helping Hand Double Edge into the Ho-Oh slot to try and pick up a knockout. I could Tailwind here. What's looking really good right now? I'm really liking superpower because if the Ray is a hasty nature, I think we'll be able to pick up a knockout into that Ray slot. So superpower should knock out Ferrothorn as well at neutral. Yeah, I think I'm just going to Tailwind. Tailing up. We're going to see the Ferrothorn switch out. No surprise there. Rayquaza is going to come in. I think this knocks out. Like, I'm pretty confident this does. I guess the question is, does Ho wake up and maybe get like a Sacred Fire burn? Maybe I should just Helping Hand double-edged. Let's see. Yeah, that knocks out Ray, so... Oh, for critical hit. I don't think it mattered, because Superpower should have been enough to knock out the Ray, but who knows. Let's see if the Ho wakes up or not. Ho stays fast asleep. That should secure the game, I think, because I can go for Helping Hand. Double Edge... Would that be the play? Because I can knock out the Ho, but the problem is I'm going to be brought down to Sash. Maybe this game's not over yet. Because I'm going to go down to Recoil. That's like the one problem I have. But Ferrothorn could protect here, but it could also try to Gyro Ball in case my Breloom switches out. That's what I'm scared of. I think Helping Hand double edge is my best play into the Ho slot and try to pick up a knockout. Because we don't know if the Ferrothorn will protect or not. So I'll try to knock out the Ho, and then maybe I could 2v1 the Ferrothorn with alternate Crossman to -1 Breloom. So we are able to knock out the Ho, Helping Hand Breloom coming in clutch. I don't think double edge would have knocked out the Ho otherwise. So Salamence is going to go down here. Let's see what the Breloom goes for. It is going to be that straight Gyro Ball into the Breloom slot. This is going to be a really close end game. I think I just go for Z. Yeah, I think I just go for Z in the Superpower. This is going to be really close because I have no idea how much it's going to do. If my opponent protects, that's fine, because the Z damage through Protect into the Superpower will still be a good amount of damage. I think it'll probably do around the same amount, actually, as just a regular light that burns the sky, but we'll see. Ferrothorn going to Protect. No surprise there. Maybe I should have Helping Hand Z'd, because this would have allowed me to get more damage into Ferrothorn, but I guess we'll just see after this animation if the Necrozma plus the Breloom will have enough strength to power through this Ferrothorn. So right after the Z animation, we'll be right back, and yeah, we'll see how much this does. That did absolutely nothing to the Ferrothorn. It reveals leftovers, which helps if I proc Berry, I guess, but I'm not sure. This is going to be really close. I will go for Superpower here and Earth Power the Ferrothorn slot, and we'll see if we are able to pick up a knockout. This is looking pretty tough right now, but let's see. Earth Power and a Ferrothorn. I don't think that's enough. I think we're going to miss the knockout barely. Yeah, I should have Helping Hand Z'd. If my opponent didn't Leech Seed, I think I win, or Gyro Ball doesn't KO the Necrozma. We'll see. We'll see. My opponent does go for Leech Seed smartly, though. This is gonna be... I think I'm gonna have to crit the Earth Power because I don't think I'm doing enough. Let's see. It's gonna be really close, but I just don't think Earth Power would KO. How much did it do? I think it did... Yeah, at least it wasn't Berry. I think if it was Berry, I was absolutely... No, if it was Berry, that means it wouldn't have got that leftovers recovery from earlier, so... oh well. I should have Helping Hand Z'd the Ferrothorn. I was worried about it Gyro Balling my Breloom, though. Trying to cover because I wasn't sure if the double would KO. Yeah, I'm gonna need a critical hit on that Ferrothorn, or I'm not gonna be able to KO it. So let's see if Earth Power crit can happen, or if Earth Power can somehow just naturally get the KO, but I don't think it will. Oh hell no! Yeah, it wasn't. Special defense drop, that would have been helpful earlier. Yeah, it would have been helpful earlier, but the Necrozma were gonna go down, and unfortunately, we're gonna lose the first game with this team. So, trying to figure out what I could have done better. I guess I would have just had to make more aggressive reads. Like, that's the thing about this team. I feel like since it doesn't have Protect, you can't really position yourself as well without making some hard switches or risking some stuff. So I think overall, the best play would have been to helping a double edge that Ho earlier. Because that would have been, I think that would have just sealed up the game. Because I would have still had my Superpower on deck. at neutral attack. Even if Salamence went down, I got the free switch into my Necrozma. The only thing I was worried about was like extreme speed mind games. Like, the only thing I was worried about was extreme speed mind games. If the Fair Farm protected, Ho went for the offense. Actually, wait, no, it wouldn't have broken the thing, right? No, if I went for Helping Hand double edge into the Ho slot, it goes for the Gyro Ball, and then I have to play extreme speed mind games with the Ray. But I guess maybe I could have just protected the no, I could have just protected the no, that was actually a throw. Now that I think about it, because I could have just protected my Breloom. Oh, I don't have protect on Breloom. That's why I made that play. Because I have Helping Hand. Oh yeah, because I wouldn't have protect. All right. We have our second opponent here with Groudon, Togedemaru, Incineroar, Gastrodon, Lunala, and the Nihilego. Okay, so Breloom is fantastic here. My opponent has no sleep immunities. The only problem is Lunala is super frustrating for this team to handle, especially next to the Nihilego. So that's one thing that's very negative here. Salazzle Breloom is probably my best lead, ironically. Yeah, I think it is my best lead. Gonna go Salazzle Breloom. I need Xerneas for sure. And the question is, do I go Necrozma or Salamence? Salamence provides the Intimidate, does some nice damage overall. But Necrozma kind of helps with this power, because Earth Power will be nice into the Groudon. Yeah, I think I'm going to go Necrozma. We'll see how this goes. Lunala is going to be really tough. Like, that's the big thing I'm fearing here. At least I'm going to be able to get a fake out Spore off most likely into any slot that my opponent has, at least. That's one big positive note, but I'm not exactly sure how this matchup is going to go. Again, I'm really new to this team, and I still really don't understand it. Most of my games have been losses. Incineroar plus Lunala is going to lead. I can fake out the Incineroar and Spore here, which seems very safe. My opponent doesn't exactly have the best switch-ins. Even though Lunala protects here, I can fling the Lunala the following turn and go for Spore, so no matter what, I have a pretty safe play regardless. So I'm going to go for the fake out into the Incineroar slot and go for the Spore. Just don't see any reason not to, really. I get some pretty safe damage here. Yeah. The question is, this might come down to some sleep turns. I might need some sleep turns with Breloom, specifically on that Lunala. Otherwise, it's going to be pretty difficult to handle, I think. Yeah, we also don't know what kind of Lunala this is. It could be Trick Room. It does have a Gastrodon. But could be Tailwind as well. You have Groudon and Nihilego. Not really that many things are slow on my opponent's team. So let's see. Fake out into the Incineroar. Side Shot gonna come out. Okay. Oh, target Salazzle though. Okay. I'll gladly take Salazzle. Falling, going down here, as I will be able to get Spore off into the Lunala slot, and now I can go for a Spore into the Incineroar slot and just go for a Geomancy, I think. Or I could go Necrozma Sensitive Strike, but I don't think that gives me too much momentum here. So I think I am going to go Xerneas. Even if Nihilego comes in, that's fine. I think it just comes down to what kind of Nihilego set it is, though. But Lunala wouldn't have burned any turns of sleep, and then maybe I could rely on Ultra Necrozma to win the game. So I'm going to go for a Spore into the Incineroar slot here. And just Geomancy. Because next turn I could maybe protect Xerneas and go out into Necrozma if that is going to be a switch into the Nihilego. So let's see what comes out here. Also, scary thing to note is if I do switch out the Breloom, my opponent stays in with both Pokemon, I do have to worry about some sleep turns and a potential Flare Blitz going to Necrozma Dustmane on the switch, which would be scary. I also have to worry about potential Roar on Incineroar. Hopefully it's not Safety Goggles Incineroar, which is not really that common on these team builds, so let's see. As we do get Geomancy off, both Pokemon are going to take a turn to sleep. Yeah, so we get the Spore off, which is good. I need to hard switch Breloom. I need to get my Dust Main in so I can deal with the Nihilego in the back and the Groudon potentially. So we'll go for Dazzling Gleam here. Break, get as much damage as possible. Try to put the Lunala in range of Moonblast the following turn. Get Necrozma in so I can threaten Earth Powers on any switch-ins that my opponent can provide next turn. If the Lunala wakes up and gets Trick Room up though, this is a really difficult game to win. But then again, it was faster than my Breloom, so it's most likely not a Trick Room variant. So Necrozma will come out here. I could get Tailwind up, which is also scary. Dazzling Gleam. Does half, so standard Incineroar. Lunala stays asleep, which is nice. And both stay asleep. Okay, that's good. Should I burst? Is there a reason not to burst? Nah, I'd rather just burst here. I'm gonna go for the Moonblast and Lunala and Earth Power and Incineroar. Since none woke up here, I'm able to get a KO here. For sure. Well, not guaranteed KO, but basically my opponent's field is entirely pressured because there's not exactly a safe switching my opponent has. Since my opponent decides to take the sleep turns, it makes sense. Because you probably want Lunala, because Lunala is your only way to deal with Ultra Necrozma, realistically, on this team, because Incineroar was getting chipped. So, yeah. We are able to get Moonblast off into the Lunala. That should be able to pick up a KO. Nice. Okay. So, Lunala goes down. Get an Earth Power off. We're going to get a double KO. We got to figure out who my opponent has in the back, but guaranteed no more speed control on my opponent's side of the field. We also don't know my opponent was attempting to go for Roar on either of those Pokemon, but I basically had to risk it anyway. So let's see what my opponent has. Let's see if it is that Nihilego in the back, which it is the Nihilego, okay? And Groudon? Yep. Okay. Nihilego does get access to Trick Room, so I'm thinking of just targeting down the Nihilego. Actually, I don't know if Dragon Claw knocks out my Necrozma if it is Dragon Claw Groudon, so maybe I have to make a read. Do I? Hard to say. I think I just Z move in Nihilego though, because if it's not Scarf, it just takes the Z through Protect, and that should put it in range of Dazzling Gleam. Or maybe even just KO it, because it is a physical attacking Z move that we're using here. So I'll go for the Z and Nihilego, as Nihilego does Protect here. So let's see how much this does through Protect. Because this is going to be pretty huge. Dazzling Gleam will get some chip it onto the Groudon, which puts into Helping Hand Moonblast range. Or even just Moonblast range. That's a lot. That's not a bulky Groudon. Z-move will come out. Let's see if this will be able to pick up the knockout onto the Nihilego, which is very crucial here. Because if we don't, well, I feel like we should KO. Even if we don't KO, it's fine, because we got the damage we needed. But let's see. And that even KOs to Protect. Wow. Even though Nihilego has some pretty fair physical defense, I'm still surprised. So Nihilego goes down. And Dragon Claw does come out from the Groudon. It will target down the Necrozma, which does make sense here. It doesn't even actually KO my Necrozma, so that's actually really nice, because now I'm going to be able to go for a Moonblast and then into the Groudon. And an Earth Power now would 100% seal up the game. Even if Necrozma went down there, we had the game sealed up. We got a free switch to Breloom. We could go for Helping Hand Moonblast to guarantee the game. But either way, we are able to pick up a win, which is really nice. Having that Z move that could actually knock out the Nihilego was nice. We were able to get a bit lucky with the sleep turns. But I don't know what kind of form of speed control my opponent had, if my opponent even had speed control on the Lunala. My opponent decided to take some sleep turns with the Lunala because my opponent realized that there was really no answer to Ultra Necrozma other than Lunala, and me getting that sleep off was huge. And both my opponent's Pokemon taking a 2-turn sleep each was really nice here. So we were able to pick up the win. I think the first game, again, there were a few mistakes made. I think I had to play a bit more aggressive with this team compared to how I do with normal teams. So we'll see how this goes. We'll see how this team fares in the next couple of episodes. But thank you all for tuning in. You can go check out Jamie Boyt's stuff down below in the description if you want to go check out his team. And I'll paste what I have of the team in the description down below. If you want to check out the rest of my stuff down below, it is in the description with my social media, the side series of my channel, and all that other good stuff. And yeah, If you do want to support me, you can leave a like on this video, share this video with your friends, and leave a comment down below. That really helps. But otherwise, if you want to go an extra mile, there is my Patreon page and my Twitch channel, which I highly recommend go check out. Otherwise, thank you all to the Patreon members and everyone else who supports me. But otherwise, thank you for tuning in. Have a great day, people. Until we battle again, I'll catch you all later.